Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about the greatness of God beyond mankind. And the presentation will have the following outline. First, I'll talk about the works God has put in nature. Then I'll talk about the mysteries within nature that are difficult for the ordinary person to understand. Then I'll talk about the knowledge relationship between mankind and nature. Then I'll summarize the presentation. Then I'll end the presentation with an optional prayer. So let's just get started. Now, nature and its wonders reflect the works God has put in them. Things like growth, for instance, how a plant grows from a seed, how the fetus gets to form in a womb, things like DNA, the cell of a human being, all the intelligence behind them, how the sun actually works to give off heat and light. These are wonderful things, which God has actually put in nature, which men have no control over. And these works God has put in nature are more advanced than what mankind could ever do at any particular point in time. And nature is much bigger and more complex than the highest imagination of any man. The highest imagination, or the biggest thing any human being can ever imagine, is just a tiny subset, of what is actually available on a grand scale within nature. And the gap between the works that God has put in nature and what mankind actually gets to do is infinite. It's a gap, it's an eternal gap, which can never be measured. And this gap reflects how advanced or how great God is beyond mankind. And this greatness of God within all the elements in nature, which speaks to us all the time, should be something which should never escape any reasonable person. Nature is filled with mysteries mankind would never be able to fully understand, And the ground of all these mysteries is how God came to be. These are things that man in the physical state of affairs will never be able to fully understand. And these mysteries of all the things and how nature keeps things in balance, and works to make survival possible within the human space, is something which actually attests to the deepness of the knowledge available within nature over what mankind gets to eventually find. Now, mystery is a reflection of advanced works or great works which are incapable of being fully understood by the common man. And the fact that nature has mysteries within, things that are more difficult for people to understand, reflects the greatness of the works of God over what mankind could ever do at any particular point in time. And the awesomeness of these mysteries is also something which should never escape any reasonable person. Mankind is part of nature, and mankind learns from nature and not the other way around. At any point in time, the knowledge within nature and that within mankind are far apart beyond measure. The gap is eternal, it cannot be measured by any tool. Nature simply has much more within that man will probably never discover. Nature is huge, and mankind is just a fraction of a dot within nature. Man only lives within nature and pursues knowledge in an endless cycle where man never gets to fully understand everything. So man just keeps learning and keeps uncovering things that nature throws at him. And this lack of understanding of everything at one goal is something that forms the foundation of the critical questions that are meant to lead man towards God. So in summary, the works of God are evident in nature all around us, in all the marvels and things we see around us which mankind has no control over, but which work perfectly to keep everything in balance. Nature is filled with mysteries mankind will never probably be able to fully understand. And man learns from nature and not the other way around. Man only studies what he came to meet within nature and tries to make meaning out of it. The fact that man doesn't know something or man is ignorant about something in nature does not mean that that thing is not there. Nature will still continue to function and things will still continue to happen within nature regardless of whether man discovers them or not. And mankind's quest for knowledge within nature reflects the greatness of the works of God beyond what man could eventually gather at any point in time. And the mysteries in nature, all the marvels, the things which are difficult for people to understand, come together to form the bedrock of the critical questions which are meant to lead man to God. And at this point, if you are willing, I would like you to pray this prayer with me. Dear God, I come before you today. Have mercy on me and show me the truth about this life. Please, help me see your works and help me behold your majesty. I thank you for listening to my prayer. Amen. Brothers and sisters, if you pray this prayer wholeheartedly, I know for sure that the one true God who created everything and made everything possible will reveal himself to you in ways you could never ever imagine. Stay blessed. At this point, I'd like to thank you for making time to watch my presentation. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.